wake up! My parents fly back today. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who's she? Get these glasses. Come on. Come on, you stupid thing. Oh, no. Oh, hello, French polishers. It's just possible you could save my life. Mum, just landed. Oh, quiet. I'm on my way.
This Christmas, give him a gift that will help bring you a little closer. The revolutionary Gillette Sensor for a shave that is unsurpassed.
You're looking a bit blunt.
Oh, blunt? I have just drawn 3 Pictionary clues on the trot. Oh. Brilliant fun, though.
Oh, what did you draw?
A cucumber, a moose, and goose pimples.
Goose pimples? How?
Well, goose and pimples.
That's a bad goose.
Yeah, but they got it, didn't they? Oh, watch out. Got to look sharp. I'm on again.
Yeah, go on, go on. Oh, dear. How did it go?
I had an unlucky break.
Pictionary, the most fun you can have with a pencil.
The BT Sunday Special. Today, between 3 p.m. and midnight, a 30-minute call anywhere in the UK will cost less than 50p.
That's a bit of a bargain, isn't it?
In this continuous test, Duracell outlasts ordinary SP batteries by up to 6 times. Duracell. No ordinary battery looks like it or lasts like it.
Welcome back again to Blundell Park, where Grimsby Town have been beaten this afternoon 2-0 by Derby County. We're grateful, though, to the Grimsby manager, Alan Buckley, for joining us despite the defeat. Alan, I think it's fair to say the better team won on the day, isn't it?
Well, the better finishers certainly won. I felt the first half, other than a 10-minute spell midway through it, were in total command of the game. Created 3 or 4 good chances through good passing and good movement. Our problem was we didn't score a goal at that time when we were on top. We got done sort of right on half-time with a bit of a sucker punch, really. Thought we would come back into it the second half. Their goalkeeper made a good save from Dobbins' shot to the top corner. Free kick in a dangerous area, we pushed some men forward and took a chance, and they hit us with a sucker punch.
How badly were you hit, do you think, by losing Paul Futcher?
Well, at the time they scored the second goal, we were trying to catch our breath and reorganise a little bit, really. Obviously, he's done very well this afternoon. Very pleased with the players. They've given it all they've got. And on the day, probably they had the little bit of quality in front of goal that we didn't.
Alan, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
OK, cheers.
Alan Buckley, the manager of Grimsby Town. Now, we're coming up to, halfway through the season, roughly. Christmas period, traditional time to reflect on what's gone right, and in our case this afternoon, not too seriously on what's gone wrong. Let's have a little look at some of the moments that defenders might want to forget so far this season.
When you're feeling sad and blue and the job's too much for you, this is what you gotta do. Sing, hello my darling, happy days are on their way. This is what you've gotta say. It's a happy day today. Sing, hello my darling, wear a grin upon your sleeve, smile and wink your eye. You will find to your surprise that happiness will multiply. Let it rain or let it shine, everything will turn out fine. The whole darn world is yours and mine. Sing, hello my darling.
Well, apologies to everybody involved. Just a bit of fun. Dave Bassett, Charlie Drake, back to your area, isn't it?
Do you mind? I think he was out there playing, wasn't he?
Now, you're a fan of the back pass through, aren't you? That causes some of that, and you're not. Terry, right. Case for the rule.
Well, I was very sceptical when it first came out. I didn't fancy it. I suppose we're all a bit like that. But I think what it's done is now it's stopped teams rolling the ball out to the edge of the box. The centre half does a little shimmy on it and pass it back to the goalkeeper and wastes a couple of minutes. And I think it means now the centre halves have got to train as hard as the centre forwards because they have to work longer.
Go on then, Terry, quick word.
I don't think that centre-half would have played for Sheffield United anyway, would he?
Let's have a quick look at the other games that have been going on this afternoon. Quite a few games gone, in fact, on this Sunday. Starting in the Premier League, Crystal Palace 1, Leeds United 0. Andy Thorne, the scorer. Nottingham Forest 1, Wimbledon 1. Down to Division 1, Brentford 0, West Ham 0. Grimsby 0, Derby 2, as you know. Leicester 4, Swindon 2, Newcastle 1, Millwall 1. And in Division 2, Blackpool, the bottom team, 1, Fulham 1, and West Brom 2, Mansfield Town 0. And for Derby County, that means this afternoon they go up to 6th in the First Division. Thank you, gentlemen, very much indeed for joining us this afternoon. Quick word, Derby for promotion?
I would say they're as strong as anything in the league.
Dave?
They've got a good chance of getting in the playoffs. I don't think they've been one or two.
We shall see. Don't forget, more football on YTV, 25.
First, though, number 20.
Now, with highlights of tonight's match between Grimsby Town and Newcastle United, we join Nick Powell at Blundell Park.
Could be the night Kevin Keegan's miracle comes to pass on Humberside. Newcastle, almost relegated last season, will be promoted if they win here at Grimsby. Blundell Park is packed. The Geordie invasion down the A180 has been underway for hours. 4,500 got tickets, many more want them. They've come by car and coach and minibus, hoping to watch history live. Well, those fans have helped make one of Blundell Park's great nights. The Humberside Song Contest could be deafening. Keegan himself has mixed a winning blend of flourishing youth and proven quality. No young Englishman's won more praise than Lee Clark. Perpetual motion with a classy end product. And thanks to Sir John Hall, the chairman who's been prepared to put his hands in his pockets, Keegan's acquired stars like Andy Cole, 24 goals this season, 7 in 8 starts since moving north. Robert Lee from Charlton, a real bargain at £700,000. And Scott Sellers, full of delicate midfield touches and goals.
Like Lee, no, it's left for Sellers. Chips it! Scott Sellers gives Newcastle the dream start they wanted.
And the manager's the first to agree the supporters have played their part in the march towards the Premier League.
A different class, and we're getting a team together worthy of them. And once we've got a team as good as them, we'll take on anybody.
Well, Kevin Keegan doesn't need reminding of Jim Dobbin's shooting power. Back in the autumn at St James's Park, the Grimsby midfielder's stunning goal in the dying moments inflicted Newcastle's first defeat. The Mariners' victory then was well deserved. Can they do it again?
Yes, we're extremely confident. If we play the way we did at Newcastle, there shouldn't be a problem.
Well, it's a wonderful atmosphere. The Grimsby fans determined it shouldn't be just a Geordie party. Your commentators, Chris McMenemy and John Hell.
Kevin Keegan has had no worries in the build-up to tonight's game. Newcastle's first for 9 days since they won the Tyne-Wear derby against Sunderland. And he's named an unchanged side, which includes recent signings Andy Cole and Scott Sellers. And it's an indication of the depth of his squad that there's still no Liam O'Brien, out with a shin injury, and there are no places tonight for either Kevin Brock or Mark Robinson. Newcastle's newest star, 20-year-old Lee Clark, from the same production line at Wallsend as Paul Gascoigne, Peter Beardsley and Steve Bruce. He's had a marvellous season, and as a Newcastle boy wants to clinch the championship as much as anyone. Alan Buckley isn't as fortunate as Keegan. He's without a number of players, including Tony Rees, Paul Agnew, Kevin Jobling and new signing Tony Dawes. But Graham Rodgers back tonight to partner Paul Futcher at the heart of defence, and David Gilbert's passed a fitness test on a damaged hamstring, and he fills his usual spot wide on the left. Well, nobody in the Grimsby side will want to win tonight more than Clive Mendonca. He's a Sunderland supporter, so he never wants Newcastle to win. He's also Grimsby's top scorer with 14 goals. The referee this evening, Terry Lunt from Ashton in Mayfield on Merseyside, and it's the first time he's ever officiated at Blundell Park, although he's been on the Football League list for several seasons. This is as good an atmosphere as I can recall at Blundell Park, close to capacity, which is 16,000, 4,500 having come down from Newcastle, and someone else who's here, and I'm no doubt recalling good old times, Chris McMenemy. His dad managed here once.
Yes, a long time ago now, but we had happy times here. He won the 4th Division Championship, and I can remember 23 or 24,000 in here. But it is a tremendous occasion tonight for the end of Grimsby's season. Unfortunately, they've just missed out on promotion, but adds a bit of spice with a big crowd like this.
And here they are, edge of the penalty area, and straight away, Neil Woods in there, and it's Barry Venison who's got back to concede the first corner. And Grimsby can have a big say in who goes up, because they go to Fratton Park on Saturday to play Portsmouth. One of the other two sides, West Ham are the others, aiming for an automatic promotion place. And let me just reiterate, Newcastle have to win tonight to be sure of promotion. The draw won't be good enough for that. Corner kick for Grimsby. There's a bit of a nudge off the ball. Another corner. Graham Rodger cursing. He got up there, and he's got so many goals this season, 7 in all, 6 of them here at Blundell Park. And with his height, he's going to be a danger. Taken short. And, Newcastle hanging back. They're not worried about the ball coming into their area, obviously. Here now he's forward. McDermott found it just a little bit too much there. And they're suffocating Newcastle in the early stages. Now at last Newcastle have a chance to bring the ball inside Grimsby territory. Taken on by Clark. He's got a man wide right, and instead he pushes it through. Cole's inside Grimsby's area, cuts the shot across. Wilmot down to it, and the first hint there of Newcastle's menace.
Well, that man that's been so important to them this season, Lee Clark, picks the ball up in space here. Just watch Andy Cole's run there. Lovely little run, delayed it, waited till the time was right. Could have had a bit more power in this shot, but an excellent early chance from Newcastle.
Up from Scott it goes. The knockdown is for Sellers. Now for Venison. Lee has stayed out by the touchline, delivers a good ball in. Butcher happy to concede a corner. And certainly if Newcastle do get that first goal, it will lift their morale so much, just like Manchester United last night.
Yes, they've got a huge support with them, and once the first goal goes in, if they get one, that will lift everybody, won't it?
Sellers, corner, short. Bobbled badly for Clark. And they're playing the ball around in neat little triangles, and look at this for a passing move. Clark's on the end of it! Magnificent save from Rhys Wilmot, and that would have been a picture goal, because Newcastle strung together at least half a dozen short passes there. A fluid movement and a great finish too.
I think that would have been one of the goals of the season, especially in this division. Great first time passing, good awareness, and it drops to Lee Clark here, and confident as he is, he struck it well, and the goalkeeper did what he had to do, touched it over. Lovely play.
Clark's corner now. It's all about Newcastle for the moment as the ball comes again for Beresford to re-find Clark. Looped up towards Wilmot, who looked to get his hands on this one. Didn't quite do so. But Wilmot will have been lifted by his save there. He reacted very positively. "21 players in the Grimsby half. Scott tries his luck. Very good effort, and Cole still trying to pounce on the rebound from the palms of the keeper. So Kevin Scott trying his luck. Good effort too.
Yeah, just took the goalkeeper by surprise. This left foot, kept it low, and I don't think he thought he was going to have a shot from there, and he's just recovered, got on his feet, and his two defenders have done very well for them. They've snuffed out any danger Andy Cole had there.
There's Mendonca, edge of the area, shadowed by Howie, and he's gone down under a challenge that the referee is not impressed by. Oh, and there's a bit of trouble there between Howie and Mendonca. Howie thought that Mendonca was making a meal of that. Whatever, it's come back to Grimsby's possession. And this is Groves now. That's lit up the game a little bit. have gone rather quiet the last few minutes. And this will be Futcher coming onto it. He's had to bide his time. And Grimsby are forced right back by that workaholic Clark. Beresford chipping the ball into the Grimsby half. Gilbert underneath it. And he pumps it into space down that left. Mendonca, and that is a foul. No question about that by Venison on him. Mendonca's got good close control, and I think that's just unsettling Newcastle's defenders.
Well, that's one of his strong points. He twists and turns and commits defenders. He's always been good at that. And he also has a good goals per game ratio as well.
Here he is now, edge of the area, trying to bring Croft into it. But it's Newcastle who break, and Grimsby could be stretched here. Kelly, only Cole ahead of him, however. And there is Andy Cole now, only Futcher ahead of him. Cole inside the area, and good defending again by Croft. Oh, and of course a pass back is given by Mr. Lunt here. Gary Croft got back to take the ball, and it was really good defending. This is what's happened with the new rule. Watch this, how Croft, when Cole comes in here first of all, he takes on Futcher. Now Gary Croft has made a tremendous run, the left back here, to get in, nudge the ball back, but because Wilmot picks it up, the referee says that's a back pass and a free kick.
Yeah, I think that's very debatable, John. I mean, the lad's made a tackle, and it's not really a pass back, it was a tackle, but it's all in the eyes of the referee, and he's got to make a decision. But I think Grimsby will feel very hard done by it, especially with the ball in the position it is now.
They'll feel mortally wounded if Newcastle score from this, and they have to have a good chance here. Could be any one of half a dozen. What is going to happen? Here comes Beresford, and it's sliced away off a Grimsby boot for a corner. No more.
Justice, I think.
Beresford thought he was on for his second goal of the season here. Struck it well enough. Corner. Yeah, it's a very debatable rule, that back pass one. But just look at the number of black and white shirts that got around the ball. That was good.
Yeah, good defending. That's what you want, your players throwing themselves at it, putting everything in front of the ball.
Still, Newcastle have a corner kick. Grimsby's fans are at the pontoon end, cheering their own side. They don't want to see the ball go in the net from this, but here's the corner. Two men under it, so Clark hooks it back in there. Howie has now committed a foul, and the referee, perhaps not surprisingly, awards Grimsby the free kick. And Graham Rodgers taking a bang on the head as well. He says he's all right. And the referee rather urgently flapped his arms to signal Grimsby's physio on. And he's convinced he's all right, Graham Rodgers. I think no matter what was going to happen there, Grimsby were favourites to get a free kick.
Often happens that, John. Strange, isn't it?
Kevin Keegan really does want Newcastle to win tonight to take away any lingering doubts. It's always still there. Well, you need a point, well, you need a goal. And just a reminder again, a point would not be enough tonight for Newcastle to be assured of promotion. They're defending this time. Woods, neat little attempted back pass there. And a corner for Grimsby.
Great little passing move from Grimsby there. We've seen one from Newcastle, we've just seen one from Grimsby there. And it just shows some of the ability on the pitch tonight.
Kevin King has been ramming home the point recently that the top 7 or 8 clubs in this division all play stylish football, and it's the long ball teams that have struggled, which is good to see, I suppose.
That's right.
Corner now. Roger will come for it, gets his head to it as well. And then Dobbin. Still Gilbert. And still Grimsby in possession. Now McDermott. This is where Newcastle look dangerous, when they break quickly, and Clark is on the ball for them. 3 men ahead of him. Here is Cole. And inside that area he's quick and he's elusive, and he's done well, and it's a cross here. And the header from Kelly finds that Wilbert has got back in position.
Wonderful play from Andy Cole, but just before that, Lee Clark got free, and it was a bit of space again that we keep talking about, and got the ball to Andy Cole, but lovely quick skills, clean feet, and provided something for another player.
Mendonca for Groves, who shows neat control and will weave himself into a shooting position, and the ball spins away, and Ford was coming for it. Beresford tucked it out for the corner for Grimsby. Good awareness from Groves.
Yeah, that's his strong point from midfield. He breaks from midfield, round the edge of the box. He's not afraid to have a shot. And look at Tony Ford, good awareness from him as well. And he's just putting pressure on Beresford, gets them a corner.
If Grimsby could score, it would certainly bring this match to life. And there's Rodgers' header. And another corner for Grimsby Town. Cernicek was down for it. This is where Roger is very dangerous. He's about 6'3", Graham Roger. Climbs well as he does here.
I bet Clive Endonk is kicking himself. He was just a yard the wrong side of the ball. I'm sure he could have hooked that one in there. Good header.
Can Grimsby improve on that from this corner? And it's up towards Roger. Penalty spot. Howie underneath it. Gilbert again. Doesn't get the crossover though. Lee able to bring the ball away and to take the return pass. Good covering by Ford to get across there from right to left. Roger has stayed up. Now Newcastle have chances. Kelly, he's got Cole in front of him, and Kelly might just try his luck himself. And to Grimsby's credit, they got plenty of players around, and when he attempted a pass, Cole had gone offside in the event.
They're holding the edge of the box very well, Grimsby. As we said early in the game, the key to them at the moment is Roger and Futcher talking along the line very well and organising the back four, stopping Newcastle right on the edge of the box most times now.
Strong work in midfield once more, releasing Mendonca and Gilbert. Grimsby with 3 men inside the Newcastle penalty area, but a disappointing cross from Gilbert, who hung his head as soon as he delivered it. Sellers. Must be just about the last action of the half, this. And it's Cole. And it's Beresford. Very important, the lunging of the boot from Roger. Stop that one going any further. That's going to be a goal kick. So the overall impression, Chris, Grimsby have done rather well.
Yes, as we said earlier in this half, the work rate from both sides has been excellent. They've been closing people down, and also there's been some lovely footballing moves throughout the half, but not many clear-cut chances. But I feel in the second half, as legs get a bit tired and space opens up, we should see more chances, more good play, and hopefully some goals.
Might be a chance now. Cole has brought Robert Lee into it. The shot from Lee thumps away off the base of the upright. It's gone back to him. Well, maybe it's not going to be Newcastle's night. That was unlucky for Robert Lee. The cross might be a bit long for Kelly. Oh, dearie me. Even I felt that one. That went straight at Graham Roger in the place that he wouldn't have wanted it to hit him. And he's groggy.
Just got to count to 2 now and he'll be all right.
Well, Lee here could not have been more unlucky. 6 inches away from perfection.
It's the first time the left back really got sucked in and gave Robert Lee the space to get hold of the ball. And he's kept it down. The keeper will say he had it covered. Came back off the post, and unfortunately nobody had to follow in.
Keeps the score at 0-0. And look at this from our camera on the floodlight pylon here.
Tried to catch him on the near post, but as I said, the keeper will say I had that covered, and the post has saved him, as well as good goalkeeping.
So Robert Lee denied by a post. Newcastle have this corner. Surely the last action of the half. Indeed, yes. The whistle from Mr. Lunk tells us it's half-time at Blundell Park here. A hard-fought encounter. Newcastle's fans there still hoping that it might be a championship night. The closest they've come. That shot from Lee which hit the upright, and an effort from Lee Clark tipped over by Rhys Wilmot, who's had a good first half for Grimsby. Half-time then. Grimsby Town 0, Newcastle United 0. We'll take a short break. Welcome back to Blundell Park. The team just coming out for the start of the second half. Well, something rather different happened tonight. As soon as I arrived here, a young man approached me, said he'd been waiting for me for 3 hours. I was a bit worried. He told me his name was Mick Kelly,